These are one of my top two games. And let me explain. Mario Kart Wii was the very first game that really made me think like, you know what? I hate my family. I have to realize that these people ain't who I think they are because they teach. This tournament before we start going on in on them, or do y'all want to just like say how like which one just wins out? Oh, bad. Okay. Which one do y'all want to like? How y'all want to do this? Y'all want to just like go through like the history of Call of Duty World at War versus Smash, or do you want to like talk about like just go straight through like Little Big Planet saying, "Hey, we're gonna just this one versus this one."
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
oh, I didn't know we were live. Oh, well
Let's do
then.
it.
All right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, The Unfiltered Pineapple. I, for the first time, am your host Noodles, accompanied by Miles and Platypus. How are you guys
Yeah.
doing?
What's up, you?
Hey,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm definitely chilling. I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm ready to understand more about how we're gonna do this today, but
Oh
let's get
yeah. Oh
into it.
yeah. It's going to be a special surprise. So, for everyone who has seen our past episodes, we have done a similar bracket tournament thing of best games of 2016, which kind of not surprising. Pokemon Go won it by a landslide.
Y'all let
Um,
Pokemon Go win?
and
What?
yeah, yeah,
See,
surprising
I
I
stuff.
missed that
actually
episode. I'm gonna
didn't
have to go
vote
back and
for
watch
that
it.
one,
Yeah,
but
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, but, well, we decided it is time to do it again, but for a different year. Personally, one of my favorite years of gaming, which is 2008. I remember, what was it, freshman year of high school, just playing all these smash hit games. One already speaks really good to me and gave me some really good childhood memories and you know, but you know, we're gonna see how these rank get each other and see who is the best of 2008. What do you guys think?
let's do
Well,
it.
you were a freshman in high school during this. I was a eighth. If you were a freshman in high school, I was an eighth grader in middle school. So,
Are you
as
that
the
much
baby
younger
in the
than
group,
us?
I'm the baby in the group. I've always been the baby in the group. The only
Oh
reason
man.
I don't really know y'all is because of what's his name? Because of yeah. So as
Interesting.
Brandon, what's his name? Yeah, as Brandon, and
Interesting. Wow.
yeah, I'm the
Oh,
baby in the group. So for eighth grade,
nice, nice.
I'm definitely coming from a baby group of understanding of all these groups. So yeah, we're gonna see. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be most likely on the same page.
Oh yeah. So, so all right. So for the God, sorry, we're kind of all under the influence of something, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna make it more fun.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so so the 8 games that I think spoke out to me the most for 2008, and I think we can kind of agree on this. So one bracket we have Little Big Planet versus GTA 4. GTA 4.
Mm.
Call of Duty War at War versus Smash Bros. Brawl.
Oh, that's gonna be a hard
That
one. That's gonna be a fight.
yeah, that's gonna be one of
That's
the
gonna be a
most
fight.
interesting ones. Um, Another one we have Mario Kart Wii versus Dead Space.
That's gonna be a
Um,
fight.
two two different, very different kind of games. Well, again, going to make it interesting. And then the last but not least, we have Saints Row 2 versus Left 4 Dead.
Lord have mercy.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
So yeah.
do y'all want to talk about these first before we start just judging them off the rip, or do y'all just want to just go straight into where it's like just Little Big Planet versus Call of Duty 4? Because we could talk about like each one first, just so we give them the credit that that I like. I would love to just talk about like my top 5 in this group right now is Mario Kart, World at War, GTA 4, and I gotta throw Smash Bros in there.
Oh yeah,
That
for sure.
like Saint Rose and Left 4 Dead, I never really touched them like that. And Little Big Planet, I was just like, listen, I'm not a kid no more. All right, I want grown people games. All right, a Little Big Planet, a little bit.
Yeah.
It just feels it feels like I'm knitting. I'm knitting in art class. I just can't do it.
Oh, yeah, no, I got you. I got you. My wife will probably fight you, by the way, because Left 4 Dead is her favorite game of all time. Um,
Okay, okay.
so just be aware the next gathering we have. Um,
Yeah, see, I'm
but
gonna be scared.
yeah, I mean, all kinds of like very, big name like cult classic games. I would say for almost all of these, honestly. Um, you know, let's I think we should at least start on one and then talk about the history and the impact of the gaming industry that these games brought. So
All
let's
right,
yeah,
which one
so
you want to start on first?
all right. So how about let's make it interesting. Let's go from bottom to up. So we're gonna talk about probably the two I would say, I guess, weaker ones in this group.
Okay,
Would be
I'm in
Saints Row 2 versus Left 4 Dead.
I'm in the
So,
same boat. I'm in the same boat. So I for me, I know Saint Rose is I think a bigger game than Left 4 Dead. I just don't.
mm,
I'm not. I've never been a franchise follower of either one of them. So I'm gonna kind of bow out on that at as 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 a voter to where it's like, listen, I just think no matter what, whoever wins between the next group is probably gonna win.
mm,
So,
yeah.
cause for me,
Well,
I don't know, and I don't like zombie games. Like, so Left 4 Dead kind of yeah, I lose it for Left 4 Dead.
Man, all kinds of
I'm
yeah.
sorry, disrespect for Left 4 Dead is all the way there.
oh, all right. That was disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't have that much skin in this game either. Like I've only
Again, my wife
played
is going to fight you like
well,
horribly.
I've only played Left 4 Dead, and it was only for a little bit, which it wasn't really quite my jam, but I get why people like it. Like I like co-op shooter type shit. And I'm not usually that into zombie stuff, but co-op zombie stuff is cool. I don't know, it just works for me. But I mean, all I really know about Saints Row is it's like the dildo version of Grand Theft Auto, kind of, and that's really all I know. So
Yeah.
dildos and chaos. I mean, cool, but I never really played it, so I don't know. I feel like I would still enjoy Left 4 Dead more than I would Saints Row, so I would give it to Left 4 Dead based
Oh
on
Okay,
wow.
that.
Yeah.
all right. So
Okay.
that means Noodles, you the
I
tiebreaker.
I can respect that. I can respect that. But yeah, talking about those two games, I mean, yeah, Saints Row 2 definitely it's like the more gangster slash gang version of GTA. Kind of not I wouldn't say similar mechanics, but kind of like a similar structure.
Mm.
Of course there's definitely way more tackier weapons when you get to the third one and above. Like for example, the giant dildo, a dubstep freaking grenade launcher, and Yeah, yeah, it's just very ridiculous. But I think 2 and 1, or basically at 2, I think was like the last like of like the good, like just straightforward to it Saints Row games. Um, at least from like a childhood perspective, I really enjoy Saints Row. Left 4 Dead, you know, I definitely enjoyed that as well. You know, again, my wife really got me more into the Left 4 Dead game when I met her. Not saying I didn't play it before, but she made me enjoy it more. So yeah, I would say out of that, I mean, just with memories of my wife alone, I think I will slightly give it to Left 4 Dead. So I think Left 4 Dead would win.
But
Um,
screaming bias.
I'm sorry. Again, my wife would kill me if I didn't put it in the second round. um, but no, definitely, I would say like the weaker fight of the two. But the good news is they get much better from here. They definitely get much better from here. So how about we move up to that second one? And let's go Mario Kart Wii versus Dead Space. So of course, Mario Kart Wii came out, you know, obviously for the Wii, hence the name. Um, invented motion controls, definitely a lot of memorable maps, Coconut Hill, I would say their Rainbow Road, um, you know, bunch of new characters and like customization. Um, definitely one of the more memorable Mario Karts. And then of course we have Dead Space. Um, yeah, that I remember first playing that game and just not expecting to get scared the shit out of. Like it was fucking horrifying, but definitely a great story. You know, uh, great weapons. Has a great feel to it. Enjoyed the story of it. I still have not played the remake, which I definitely need to play the remake. Um,
Amen.
but yeah, absolutely. So yeah, before I put my vote in, what are you guys' thoughts of these two groundbreaking games?
Platypus, I'm gonna let you go first because I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say.
Kind of do too. I mean, I really like both of these games, but they're so different. But I mean, Mario Kart Wii might actually be my favorite Mario Kart game because I got a kick out of how it was like you were steering a little wheel. Because we were cheesy, so my family just got like all of the wheel things that you could fit the Wii remote into, and we all played it, and it was pretty fun. And I like a lot of my favorite tracks are on that version too. Like I remember really liking Koopa Cape and
um,
what's it called? Maple Treeway, I think. I
oh
mean, point
gosh, yeah.
being it like yeah, like but it left an impression. And I think that's the first one I owned where you had motorcycles and shit, and I think motorcycles are cool, so it was a pretty big
Absolutely.
fuck yeah moment. Yeah. I mean, that game is awesome. I mean, it's not like it's very different from Dead Space though, which is Dead Space is still one of my all-time favorite games ever. That's definitely a top 10, probably a top 5. And if you haven't played the remake, you probably should. But it's I mean, like Noodles was saying, it's actually scary. I mean, you get stranded on a ship with reanimated like flesh and shit. Well, they're called necromorphs, but it gets nasty and it's awesome. I mean, I don't just like it because it's creepy, but it's also a pretty challenging game. And if you like sci-fi, I guess there's like that extra, bonus there too. But neat
Mm,
story, cool sci-fi, super atmospheric, like, and I mean, it's actually goddamn scary, but it's also pretty cool. And I hope that they also remake 2 so then they can remake 3, but I'll stop fanboying. I'm not really sure what to pick just because they're both great for pretty different reasons. But eh, I mean, I guess if I absolutely had to pick, maybe I'd say Dead Space just because that's more up my alley. But I mean, that's
Hmm.
definitely not like a slight against Mario Kart at all, especially not the Wii one. That's
Wow.
just
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. I will look y'all all dead in the face and say y'all are completely wrong if y'all vote Dead Space over Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii as a whole is the family game that everybody should play together. This game solely was the reason most families did not sit together during Thanksgiving. This was a game that we sit together and look each other in the face and say, "I know for a fact you ain't just picked Donkey Kong over Mario. I know for a fact you ain't picked Mario Kart versus Donkey Kong's dirt bike because you know the type of fighter and player each person was before they'd even play the game. Because listen, if you're a Wario person, everybody hates you. Every single person don't they care about you. If you're a Waluigi player, we don't care about you. If you're a Rosalita person, listen, I understand Rosalita. The only game that she really played in was Mario Galaxy, and nobody really played that game like that. I don't think any man that you know that said Mario Galaxy was their favorite game, we gonna look at you different. I don't care who you are. I don't care.
Whoa.
Mario Kart Wii, we all looked at everybody and said,
Mm.
depending on pick, we judging you. I know my brother was a Yoshi player. My brother played Yoshi religiously during that game. And I was like, listen, Yoshi ain't even a real life person. Why you picking Yoshi? Yoshi was ridden like a side chick the whole time we played Mario, his whole entire life. So why would you pick? I'm being disrespectful to everybody who didn't play Diddy Kong because I was a Diddy Kong player. I don't care who you were. I'm playing Diddy Kong. First of all, Diddy Kong, most people don't play Diddy. And I'm like, listen, Diddy was the man during what's it called? Donkey Kong Kingdom or whatever that game was on the Game Boy. That was the game to play. I'm looking at everybody to where it's like, and especially now, the fastest person we all understand was Toad. Toad was the fastest player in the whole game. I don't know why they gave Toad so much faster, probably because he was defending Peach punk ass. But it's all good. It's all right. It is what it is. Dead Space, for me, Dead Space never was the game that I looked at was like, you know what, I want to pay to be scared. That was I feel like that was the start of why I didn't really like scary movies, because I was like, listen, I'm not paying extra money to be scared. It's not happening. I, I,
Mm.
I got a life to live. You ain't gonna have me going to the theaters. Like, I'm gonna pay $7 for this movie ticket, and I want to be scared out my seat. No, I paid money to sit here comfortably. That's not gonna happen. You
You're
got
not gonna die.
to give me money for me to not want to be in the seat that I just paid for. That's not gonna happen. Dead
Do you
Space is what
not
I think today.
wait, do you not do thrill rides? Well, I'm just like curious.
Why would I do a thrill? I'll do a ride to where it's like I enjoy the speed that this ride is going, but I'm not going to the tour. It's like some Dracula person's gonna jump out the corner of my ride, and I'm gonna be like, oh well, I don't want to be on this ride no more. No, I paid
But
money to be on this ride. Yeah.
Jeez.
That's what I equivalent Dead Space to. Dead Space was a game to where it's like, listen, I wanted to like the game. I wanted to look it up. I wanted to be like, you know what? I even looked through the Informer because back in the day when GameStop would send you the games in the magazine, and it was like the Informer, and it would tell you all the new games. And I know for a fact the second I saw it, I read probably the first 3 sentences of what the game was about, and I was like, you know what, Dead Space, you out of there. That's why Mario Kart, in my opinion, Mario Kart definitely, without a doubt,
I
dog
mean,
walks Dead Space to the
it
T.
is
And
apples and oranges. I mean,
I'll
Dead
rest
Space
I'll
has
rest my case there.
it has a severed arm on the cover. Like that was the
Yeah.
cover art.
Mm.
And you wonder why Mario Kart as a whole, Mario Kart was the game that everybody in my era was like, we taking Mario Kart over Dead Space. We looked at the people that picked Dead Space over Mario Kart like, you got problems. It's
Oh
okay. You
man.
got a therapist for that.
Wow. That is
And I rest my
that
case.
is a hell of uh a similarity that you brought up with all that. Godly. Um First of all, before I go to my vote, I don't know what I'm hurt more of, the horror comment or the Mario Galaxy comment, because let me tell you, Mario
Right?
Galaxy was a great game, personally, but that's a different talk for a different day. Um, so for me, um, I kind of agree in a sense, because well, I'd say in the sense of like the Dead Space part of like, oh my god, I'm playing this game to get scared. Now, in a sense, I do remember kind of losing a couple of controllers and and some other electronics from panic and loss of control of controllers. So that game kind of cost me a little bit more money than what I paid for it technically.
Wow.
Um yeah. It definitely has had some moments, but also too, Mario Kart kind of cost me some controllers too, especially trying to do the or the star challenges, and you're like one like little point off, and you're like, what the actual fuck?
I'm
Um,
see. I ain't even talked about a controller. See, I'm gonna let you finish before I go. Let me go back in just speak about the controllers after you done.
all right, Kanye. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah. So I would honestly say, out of those two, I would say for childhood experience, and for I would kind of throw Impact into it. I would definitely throw Mario Kart Wii in there, but I will throw this as a controversial statement. I am a huge Mario Kart player. Mario Kart Wii is actually my least favorite of all of them. Not saying that it is bad. It doesn't get me like, Double Dash or 64, or hell, even Mario Kart 8, the newest one. But that's just me. So I think it's safe to say Mario Kart Wii has won, and it is moving into the semifinals with Left 4 Dead, which that's gonna be I can kind of picture how that's gonna go. But so yeah, Miles, yeah, what were
So,
you saying about controllers?
I didn't even think about it, but Mario Kart, before it even came out, they were like, "Guess what we doing with Mario Kart? We giving y'all a steering wheel." Guess what? We are so happy for y'all to have this steering wheel, because we understand what this game really gonna do to y'all's household. If you throw this steering wheel through the TV in y'all house, you deserve to lose that TV. That is exactly what the Wii was like. You know what? We appreciate this game is about to go crazy in y'all's house. Let's give y'all a cushioned circle
Oh,
in case y'all, because also this was after Wii Sports. And Wii Sports, do you know how many TVs were lost due to Wii bowling? Do you know how
oh
many
yeah.
TVs were lost to Wii tennis? Do you know how many TVs were lost to baseball? Do you know how
Oh
many
man.
TVs were lost to? Still surprising. There was another thing called it was like We Play or something, to where they played pool. It was like fishing. They lost so many TVs for all these games. When Mario Kart Wii came out, we were like, we gotta learn from this. Let's put a circle with foam, and this is something to where it's like we're gonna put it in different colors. And then we're gonna put it in different. If you are a Mario player and you're religious, we got a red steering wheel for you. If you're a Luigi player, we got a green steering wheel for you. We got different colors for each person you want to be as a Mario
Oh
Wii.
man.
Mario Kart Wii changed the game just
Yeah.
on the accessories that they had. Wii Sports, 100%. They were like, "Hey, listen, we gonna make a tennis racket where you can put the Wii stick inside it, so you ain't gonna throw it straight at the TV. Hopefully the racket part with the extra cushions it might bounce off. It might save a couple of TVs. It might save y'all a couple $1,000. Cool.
Yeah.
I just think Wii
Huh.
Sports changed the game. Mario Kart Wii changed the game of the Wii and made it a family game way bigger than the
Yeah.
original game that came out with the Wii were. But
Yeah, absolutely.
that's where I'm saying Mario Kart 100% takes the win for me.
Yeah. Also, another controversial statement. I never used motion controls for Mario Kart Wii. I've always either used a GameCube controller or a Pro controller. I know I'm a
You
pussy. At me.
whoa! Oh, you
Yeah.
were you able to do
Regular
the
too.
boost as the GameCube controller?
I did not like the Wii controller. I did not like the motion stuff. So I just stuck with a regular GameCube controller and yeah. You
So
know,
did they
I
still allow you? So during Wii Mario Kart Wii, I know when you flicked it up, you were able to boost. Were you able to do that with the GameCube controller?
you can in a sense, I think, if you press a certain button, but
Okay,
it's been a good minute though since I
okay,
played it with that. So
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Um so now I'm looking at these last two for the quarterfinals. I think I'm gonna change it up a little bit because I want to save this interesting one for last. And I'm pretty sure how this one is gonna go. I'm pretty sure I know who's gonna win this one. So I'm going to kind of change it up, and we're going to go to the bracket of Little Big Planet versus Grand Theft Auto 4. Um, Grand Theft Auto 4, I mean, I can make a whole entire podcast of impact with this game, but I mean, you know, definitely a lot of people still refer to this. A lot of people actually do still refer to this as the best Grand Theft Auto ever because of the mechanics, the realism, the the change of story, from a good comical one to a serious dark one. The characters are A1. I mean, Nico Bellic, Roman, um, you know, freaking Pecorino,
Mhm.
like there was not a bad character in that game that I think was forgettable, honestly. um it was it was amazing. And let's not to forget to mention, I mean, game of the year. I mean,
Mhm.
game of the year
Mhm.
of 2008. So I mean, that should say enough right there.
Mhm.
um you know little and then we'll go to Little Big Planet, which I mean, it's a fun creative game. Sony, just pulled something out the hat, made it like a nice fun adventure game, for kids with the little sock puppet character. I keep forgetting the name of it, honestly.
Actor.
But yeah. But I mean, another one of those like fun, wacky games. Kind of gave me a little bit of Paper Mario vibes, a little bit
Mhm.
personally.
Mhm.
Which kind of put some attention to my eyes, because I always say that Paper Mario is probably my favorite game series ever. Just growing up on it. So to see that kind of like similar feel, on the PlayStation, um, definitely kind of it definitely grabbed my attention. Um, I'm just gonna get it out the way, and I'm just gonna just say my vote GTA 4 by a freaking long shot. I mean, again, just this game, I was just raised on it, honestly. Like it was just quite an amazing game. I think I have beat this game probably the second most times of any game that I played, behind Paper Mario. I'm pretty sure I beat this game, I kid you not, at least about 30 times. And I would do like every single different option to kind of, put a little change into the story. Like yeah, I think I put so many hours into that game. So yeah, no, I'm just gonna vote GTA 4, but definitely want to hear your guys' opinions of what we got going on.
Well, let me go ahead. Let me go off on this. Let me go off because I can be honest with y'all. I never, as a kid, played either one of these games.
Oh, the
I
blasphemy.
wasn't I wasn't allowed to play GTA 4. as a kid. As
That's
an
why you had to
adult,
sneak it, man. That's why you had to sneak it.
I also, because I still never played GTA 4 all the way through. Little Big Planet, I played the F out of that game on demos at GameStop. I played it all the time because I was one of those few games that was already on the demo play store. I was like, let me play this game. I always played that game, and I always was like, what 3-year-old deserves to play this game? I was disrespectful. It was a beautiful world. But for me, as an 8th grader, 7th grader, 6th grader, middle schooler, I was like, who in the world is enjoying this game that looks like it came out of 5th grader's mind? I always looked at GTA 4, even GTA 3. I looked at it, was like, you know what? That's what a game is, to make you image of what the real world really was. And for GTA 4 to be so good, because I'm a fan of GTA 5. GTA 4, for people to say it's still one of the best games and one of the best stories out of the GTA, it makes sense why it's the reason and the foundation for GTA 5, for Red Dead Redemption. Even though Red Dead Redemption 1, the first one, Red Dead Redemption, Rockstar did their thing. It set the precedence of all the games that came after. And I'm 100%. I gotta vote GTA 4. Obviously, Little Big Planet. I appreciate you. I don't really, I appreciate the game. I still think you equivalent to like something like Crash Bandicoot. I still think you're up there because you definitely accolades after accolades. But GTA 4, I gotta give you 100% credit.
Mm. 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 Oh,
I gotta
Platypus.
give it to Little Big Planet. I hated GTA 4.
Whoa. Okay.
I think I just got stabbed in the heart. I think I literally just. I want to flip my desk right now.
No disrespect, but I'm not even lying. Although I have limited experience with both games, I at least had like a little bit of fun with Little Big Planet, but I couldn't say the same for GTA 4.
Was it because you didn't want to go bowling with Roman? Is that why?
That's
Yeah.
part of it. I can't even lie. 'Cause I was like, they made driving this thing like it's like driving like a tank, but it has wheels that are like too small for it. And it's like I was like, what the God's name of fuck is this? And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna power through this. It was like, wait, I have to go bowling? It's gonna make me do the bowling? It's just like, no, no.
Oh
Like I
man.
put you in my Xbox to have fun. What?
Oh god, man.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
damn,
Okay.
that is. I don't know what was more controversial, freaking that or earlier with
For
Galaxy.
Mario.
God, that's
Mm-hmm.
gosh.
Now,
Galaxy is
I
awesome.
enjoy Galaxy. I don't think that I ain't enjoy Galaxy. I enjoy Galaxy. I just didn't look as people to where it's like, listen, I never publicly. And this is the first time I probably publicly admitted Galaxy as as a middle schooler. There ain't no way in the world be like, hey, listen, I enjoyed Mario Galaxy. Admitting that
Mm,
I was
man,
not in Mario Galaxy. Shoot.
man,
Mario is
crazy, crazy.
timeless.
Shoot, that was
And
2007, 2008. I'm not admitting,
2007, yeah.
yeah, I'm not admitting that I enjoyed Mario Galaxy. I enjoyed Mario Galaxy at home in the peaceful, and I kept it to myself.
Dude, everybody likes that game. It's not
It's a
like
Yeah,
good
it,
I was
game.
gonna say,
It's a good
talk
game, but
about
I'm thinking also in 2008 to where it's like, listen, I know exactly what type of person I was in 2008, and I know exactly what games I would claim publicly. I'm
mm,
voting like that.
okay, okay. I got you, I got you.
to each his own.
Yeah. For
All
real.
right, we got
So
the last bracket of the quarterfinals right now. Here we go.
yeah,
Last
we got the
one.
last one going. See who's gonna duke it out with. I personally think the best Grand Theft Auto ever. Um, we are going to look at Call of Duty World at War versus
Ooh.
Smash Bros. Brawl. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Where
Ooh.
do I even start with like both of these games, honestly?
Noodles, let me start this one. Let me start this
Okay,
one.
okay.
I, let
Go
me start
ahead.
this.
Go ahead, Miles.
Tell you
Go ahead.
this. I can tell you this. Call of Duty World at War was the first introduction to any type of battle that made a significant difference on who I was as a person.
Oh yeah?
World at War, I was like, oh, so this is what Americans had to deal with. They had to deal with this with the Japanese. Oh, this was a real life gun in World War One, and what was it? World War Two and World War
Two.
Mm-hmm.
Two.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, so this is what you know what World Call of Duty World at War. I it made me go out and want to buy a what was it? It was like an
The M1
MP.
around.
It was like yeah, M1, whatever the ones where like you had it had a big old magazine and it was shooting fast. I was like, you know what? I want that gun. Call of Duty World at War to this day is why I have most of the guns that I have. It was why I was like, you know what? I deserve a rocket launcher. It's why I Dude, World at War as is one of the reasons to where it's like I was like, you know what? If I find a gun like this, I understand where it come from, the history. That game, that game, 100% made me change who I was as a gun owner. Before I was like, you know what? I ain't into guns. I never been a gun. Most of the guns that I like in a video game is a fake, fictitious gun. That gun, I was like, in World at War, I was like, you know what? This storyline made me feel like you know what Japanese y'all did us dirty. It's okay. Yeah, it is what it is. It was in the past. I recognize it was in the past, but I was like, oh, this is what the world. I started doing research papers in middle school, early before I even got to high school about World War II. To I was like, you know what? I need to understand this. Now compare this to Super Smash Brawl. Super Smash Brawl. I remember playing this game with a friend for the first time. I got my very first experience with getting knocked off the edge and getting beat down, knowing that I was gonna fall naturally, and still ended up with 5 or 4 haymakers to the face. I was never a fan of Super Smash Bros. After that.
Oh man.
I appreciate the lesson, and I appreciate the loss, and I respected it. I just I'd prefer what was it called? What was it? Mortal Kombat, the old school Mortal Kombat, than Smash Brawl. Smash Brawl, I just didn't think my favorite characters deserved to be fighting each other. That's all I said. Call of Duty, I ain't know who the person behind the person getting shot. I ain't understand. I was fine with it because I understood the history of it. But Smash Bros, I just didn't. I it just I appreciated Smash Bros. I appreciated it after understanding tournaments, but when it came out, I was just like, you know what, I gotta pass, big dog.
Man. Wow. Oof. That is that's a spicy take there. Um yeah, Platypus, what's your opinion about both of these games?
Well, shit. Okay, I played both of these games a lot actually. And see, I guess we'll start with COD. I'm not really necessarily like a COD fan. Like I'll dip my toe in and get like some of the titles here and there, but I haven't played them all. I usually prefer the Modern Warfare ones because like 4 came out like a year or 2 before, and it was like, holy shit, this was good. And I liked 3 too, but 4 was like intense. and then 5 came
Mhm.
out, and I was like, "Shit, this is awesome also." And I
Yeah.
remember really liking a lot of the campaign missions. There's, like, a really cool sniper mission. I'm a sucker for those, especially after all gillied up on COD 4, but
Oh yeah.
COD 5 also, like, added the bonus fucking the Nazi zombies at the end. That shit was so cool. Like, I'm
Right.
not even usually into that kinda stuff, but it was a lot of fun, and it was just like an, "Oh, by the way," like, they like, nobody knew that was a thing until people in the campaign, so that was really cool.
Mhm.
I never really got that much into the online scene in general, so I usually just base everything off, like, the campaign and I guess some of the multiplayer modes, because like, I like party games, but I don't think that World at War had that, but, I mean, either way, Zombies was really cool, and the campaign was also awesome, so I liked that one. I can't say that about all of the COD, I mean, at least I don't know. I haven't played that many, but, yeah, usually, like I said, I'm more of, like, a Modern Warfare kinda guy, but if I switched
Yeah.
to Smash, that was, like I think that was the first game I pre-ordered, which actually don't do that anymore. I don't recommend doing that, but I was excited as fuck for this game. I owned the first 2. I've owned every kind, well, I guess except for the DS, because I never had a DS, but I had a PSP, so, I mean, whatever. Brawl was freaking cool. So, Brawl was like it was really different from the first 2, and I mean, I guess I'll get the obvious, like, it's not as good for competitive out of the way because it has weird, like, heavy mechanics, and you can, like, slip for no reason, but whatever. I mean, it was still a fun party game. They introduced the Smash Ball. Like, I mean, I don't care. I think that's fun. Maybe not for,
Mhm.
like, if you're trying to be competitive, but I still think it's really fun and, like, flashy and fuck it. I like hitting people with a giant "fuck you" laser, like, I think that's fun. So, extra points there. They also actually added, like, a whole ass campaign, which nobody saw coming. That was really cool, and I actually
Yeah.
miss that they haven't done anything in the same way since. Like,
Mhm.
it was actually really well done. They also kinda, like, made the score more, like, orchestral and serious, but it worked. So I was, like, a huge fan of that game. I don't think that we tracked hours on it, but, I mean, I know I have hundreds of hours on that game, like, it was really cool. So, having
Yeah.
said all that, I mean, I'd have to give it to Smash. I just gotta do it.
Nice. Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Wow. Nice little, nice little even split right there. Okay. Gosh. Yeah. Where the hell do I begin? Like Smash Bros. I mean, of course, I've played every single Smash. Of course, except for the DS one, like Platypus there. Um, and I actually had a DS. I just never bothered to get the plebeian version. Um, but
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I've always been like a huge fan of Smash. Like even like when I had my Nintendo 64, like I mean, just having that game mode, or just all those games were fun. Um, with Melee, for the GameCube. I mean, of course, that's like the pinnacle, or I would say like, yeah, I would say the pinnacle of Smash Bros. So it took a lot for Nintendo to follow up with a Wii version, but I do not think they disappointed whatsoever. I mean, they came with a lot of characters I didn't expect for them to release in a Smash Bros. Game. Like I did not expect Sonic to be in there. I did not expect freaking Snake from fucking Metal Gear Solid to be on there. Um, you know, they just had like a lot of surprise characters. Also going, with you can at me if you want. I enjoyed that adventure mode. That adventure mode was great, and I'm kind of salty that the newest one doesn't have as good as an adventure mode as that. And people in the comments can argue with me on that, but I very enjoy, or I very thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, every single time. I mean, even just having childhood memories of Oric and Dean, coming over and just playing it, and just getting into it. Like it's just it has a lot of memories. But at the same time too, with Call of Duty, World of War, I keep saying right. I keep saying next to the OG Modern Warfare 2 that this is probably my favorite Call of Duty. Um, Only because I'm a huge sucker for World War II history. That is probably the one subject I always paid attention in history class, was definitely World War II. It's just something about it that I just love learning about. So to actually have, like, I guess you can kind of call it a simulator of World War II. Um, just again, like Platypus said, like, if you got to judge a Call of Duty, it's got to be by the campaign, along with the multiplayer, and the campaign did not miss. I mean, it was such a great, great campaign. For me, this is actually the Call of Duty that got me in the multiplayer. Um, this is probably, you know, the I think the most I played a Call of Duty, honestly. Um, I still play, the newer Modern Warfares. Like, I agree with Platypus again. I'm a huge Modern Warfare fan. That's the only Call of Duties I really get nowadays. But that War to War, the World War II theme just really got to me. Zombies was freaking fun as hell. I mean, that just getting the mystery box, and getting the ray gun was just, it was the most, I think it was the most second most satisfying thing in that game, next to, I would say, reloading an M1 Garand and just hearing that ping sound. Like, it just hits
Mhm.
different. It just hits fucking different, man. um you know and just, and I would even say in the multiplayer, like, it had something that, like, even a lot of Call of Duties don't have now, which, like, if you shoot someone in the arm comes off. If you shoot someone in the leg comes off. Like, it's just like that extra detail is just like, it's satisfying getting a really huge kill like that, you know. Um, so yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoy both of these games, and honestly, it's really, really, really hard for me to choose. It really is, because I love both of these games for different, aspects of it. Um, but I will say, just because of, again, childhood memories, just the impact that it had on me, I am just gonna give it to Smash by a bee's dick. Like, literally a bee's dick. Um, honestly, I couldn't even, I couldn't be mad either way if whichever one of those games won, because that's one big reason why I chose this year, is those two games alone. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Smash, which means, wow, that's gonna go against Grand Theft Auto 4. Very, very interesting. So we're gonna have a really good semifinals. What do y'all think so far? How y'all feeling about this list?
It's crazy. This is 100% gonna have a hard. This is gonna be a hard semifinals bracket. The semifinals bracket is gonna be right now: Grand Theft Auto 4 versus Smash, Super Smash Brawl, and Mario Kart Wii versus Left 4 Dead.
Jeez.
Which this
Both
is
both
this is
great
this is
matchups.
this is the bracket of the 2008. And I'm not saying that we're throwing in any biases of the future, but I just think of the 2008s, this is a crazy bracket.
Yeah, honestly, because even if the other ones, like, kind of like took the other position, I mean, I guess you can't really be too mad at it, honestly. Um,
Not at all.
yeah. So, again, I think I'm gonna start from bottom to top again. So, I think we're gonna go with the bracket first of Left 4 Dead versus Mario Kart Wii, which, if you honestly ask me, again, I would definitely choose Mario Kart Wii. um,
Noodle.
yeah. So I think that's an automatic winner right there, and nothing much to really talk about right there, honestly. But my Miles, what would you have picked out of those two? I'm assuming Mario Kart Wii, right?
I'm in the same boat as y'all. The Mario Kart we gonna dog walk Left 4 Dead.
All
It
right.
sucks. It just sucks. It sucks to be Left for Dead in that scenario because Mario Kart Wii just it's legendary.
Yeah, so man, got the clean sweep right there. The first sweep of the bracket to a well deserving game too, honestly. Um yeah, I really don't think there's really much to debate between those two. I mean, I guess you guys would agree.
That's really nothing to debate on my part. Left for Dead really didn't have a chance with me because I didn't do the whole. I didn't do the scary or any type of real zombie. The first ever zombie that I ever played was an honorable defeat with Call of Duty World at War and
Yeah,
zombies. Once you got that teddy bear, you just all everybody cried.
yep,
That
absolutely.
that that's how the game. That's just how the game worked.
One of the most depressing ones.
Yeah,
One of the most depressing sounds. Um, but yeah, but I think the only reason I probably would have chose Left 4 Dead over Mario Kart Wii is so that way I don't sleep on the couch. But that's just me personally.
I hear
Um,
you. I hear that.
yeah,
The user battles.
but yeah, but you know what? That couch sleeping would be worth it if it means that Mario Kart gets a sweep. So, all right. So I guess we'll just without a debate, go to the semifinals, and yeah, we're gonna go with GTA 4 or GTA 4. Gosh, alcohol. Shut up. GTA 4 or Smash Bros. Brawl, which again, those two games
Woo.
alone is why I picked this list this year because those were the two games I probably played the most of like my life, honestly. But yeah, so yeah, this is definitely why I chose 2008. So
Mm-hmm.
let's get to it. But before I think I'm gonna be the decision. Uh, uh, I think I am going to save my vote for last, and I'm gonna let y'all two choose so that way I know who to judge.
Platypus, go ahead. Platypus, go ahead, take it. I want to see what the GTA 5 4 versus Smash Bro. I think you're a Smash Bro fan, and I'm not gonna I'm gonna sit back and let you start this one off.
I mean, I don't know. This I might not have as much to go off of. I'd be repeating myself, but I mean, I will say the Rockstar formula just might not actually be for me personally anyway, because I actually am about to try GTA 5 again because I ran into a similar problem. But I told my friend that I hadn't got like I never got that far in the campaign, and he was like, "Wait, so you never actually did a heist?" He's like, "You should at least do a heist before you make a call on it." But I mean, all that to say, I've got like a kind of a tenuous relationship with the games. Like Red Dead Redemption 1, I actually wasn't a huge fan of it the first time I played it, but then when I played it again, I really liked it a lot, and I've played through it many times. I actually like the first one better than the second one, but that's neither here nor there. It just I don't like Rockstar. I guess it's just like really hit or miss for me, and I didn't get to play GTA 4 when it was like in its prime and a huge thing because I wasn't allowed to play GTA specifically either. And my parents, I mean, direct quote, they're like, they have hookers and cocaine in that game. No, you're not playing that. So that was a done deal. And I never really got to play it till I was just able to get these games and stuff on my own. And at which point the mechanics and all of that stuff were pretty outdated. Like the driving in 5 is at least smooth and sexy. The driving in 4 is
Mm,
just I remember it always being really, really hard, but all that to say, I just didn't really get anything out of GTA 4, but I also didn't get to experience it in its prime. So, I mean, I am biased in that sense. Like, I mean, I guess I missed out, but also I don't necessarily think that it would. I don't know. It's just not for me. I mean, I may like everybody likes it for a reason, I'm sure. Like, I know I'm in the minority, but it's just not my thing. I, Smash Bros. I'd have like all together, like across all the games, I know I've got to have like thousands of hours on them all. Like, I mean, I've liked all of them, frankly. Brawl was like really a standout for me just because, well, it was the first time that I really started putting like a lot of time in on the Wii because it wasn't mine, it was mostly my sister's, but I just have like a lot of good memories of playing that game, and I don't know, I liked the vibe, I liked the soundtrack, I liked, just like the way that they expanded the characters a lot. They introduced Ike, who I still use a lot, just really cool character, and then the story mode. I mean, I still actively miss the story mode that they had in it. Um, it was a lot of fun. I was kind of hoping that they would put it in Ultimate, and they do have something in Ultimate, but it just doesn't hit the same. If I'm being honest, no disrespect, but I mean, Brawl is just more of a perfect fit for me anyway because I lean pretty towards like fighting games anyway. That's definitely always been my thing. They're some of the first games I've ever played, so I mean, without a doubt, I gotta give it to Brawl. Smash is significant, so is GTA, but I get way more enjoyment out of Brawl, and I don't know, like I could even throw in like the multiplayer aspect of it too. I mean, I don't remember if GTA 4 had online, but I know that GTA is mostly known for
It
like
did
its
technically.
online with 5. It did.
It did. It was very brief, but it technically did have a multiplayer.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either way, I'm biased. I liked like it's really hard to beat just like doing a bunch of like just getting everybody in the living room on the couch playing Smash or something. I mean, we've done that. I don't need to explain that. You don't even have to really know about it to really like play it and enjoy it, which I think is also pretty powerful. But I'm not gonna keep going. Obviously, I'm picking Smash Bros. I get my full vote. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Noodles. What you think?
Uh, I don't know what was I don't know what was harder, honestly, between Call of Duty and Smash or GTA and Smash, because again, both of these games were like my childhood. Like they just both hit for very different reasons. Um, I'm gonna start on GTA. I mean, just like I said in the first bracket. I mean, to me, honestly, everything was perfect about that game. Honestly, again, the change of a dark, story, having more realistic, I would say, mechanics and movements. Like, there's actually still videos today where they compare GTA 4 to 5, and GTA 4, from, 8, 5 years back, still had actually a lot of stuff that GTA 5 doesn't even have. For example, which I never even truly noticed this, but say like you're having a shootout with the police, and you injure someone and they fall down. Did you know that the police officers actually drag each other to safety? Like, so
Yeah.
that way they don't
GTA
even, like,
4.
get into the fight. You're like, yeah, it's freaking
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, or like if you shoot a gun like out of the hand of a person, like they actually drop the gun. And in GTA 5, you don't, that doesn't even happen. Like, they just, I guess they have like a fucking fist of steel and just like can still just grip it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, and this also may be kind of controversial too, but I actually kind of prefer the driving on 4 than I do 5, only because it just kind of felt different. Like, for me, the GTA 5 driving, which, I mean, I'm not really completely knocking it, but it just feels like arcadey, if you know what I mean. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
feels like, even a minivan can have the handling of a Lamborghini or something like that. Like, it's just super easy to drive. I'd like the challenge on GTA 4 personally. That's just me. But again, I know everyone has like a mixed reviews about it. Um, but yeah, and then again, Brawl, just having the childhood memories, and just all the brown breaking, just everything about it, like all these new stages, new characters, new trophies, and I believe they had the I want to say that was the Smash Bros with the sticker program. Am I right on that?
I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty
I
sure.
think so.
Yeah, there was like some other collection thing that they had, which was also very, very interesting about it. I know Ultimate does have the sticker thing, but I want to say Brawl had it too, but I don't know. But again, I'm gonna go by a measly bee's dick. But I'm going to choose GTA 4. Like that's probably the reason why I love 2008 so much. So,
100%. I'm gonna say GTA 4 takes the win for me. The
all
reason
right, all
GTA
right.
4 takes the win for me is because the storyline in GTA 4 is a legendary storyline for the franchise. Super
Mm-hmm.
Smash Brawl, in my opinion, it just it for me it was just like it was forget the storyline, let's get to the combat. GTA 4 it was like it wasn't just like cuz most of the GTAs in my opinion is just what ridiculous things can you do in this game. And GTA 3 to me even though I wasn't allowed to play it in my house, I was able to play it at my cousin's house. GTA 3 was one of those games to where you can hit just a random person and you just get into a fist fight. GTA 4 was the first game to where I'd hit a random person and they pulled out a grenade launcher out of their purse. And I was like, wait a minute, who in the world, who creates a game to where the random person gets a randomized weapon to where I'm like, you know what? I just hit a random person. And she just pulls out a grenade launcher out of her purse, blows
Yeah.
me into smithereens. And I'm like, you know what? I deserve that. And I looked at I as a person, I looked at it and was like, you know what? I deserve that lesson. And it taught lessons to where you don't just hit random people because you don't know what they got in their purse. You ain't get
Ah,
that in Smash. I have to in Smash. I could beat the brakes off of who was one of the hardest characters in the game. Uh, I
Meta
can't
Knight.
even Meta Knight. Yeah, if I put the game on easy mode, me as what's his name as Mario can beat Meta Knight, knowing damn well I should not.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna simplify it by saying GTA 4, in my opinion, takes the win over Super Smash Bros.
All right. Well, I will say, out of the 1,000 hours I think I put into the game, I don't think I've ever had an encounter where someone pulled a random grenade launcher. That you must have some terrible luck there, sir.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: you go around slapping regular people, you gonna find it.
I will say, there is an area in Hove Beach where where I tried to steal a fancier I think it was the Turismo, which is like the Ferrari of games. I remember I did try to rob someone, and then there was a Russian mafia. I mean, with Uzis and pistols, and I was like, yeah, I'm not prepared for this. So yeah,
It teaches you lessons.
for real. So all right, well now with GTA 4 into the finals. GTA 4 into
Here we go. Here we go.
yeah. Good
The
gosh. All
finals,
right.
the last bracket of the evening,
Oh
ladies and
no.
gentlemen.
Freaking Grand Theft Auto 4 and Mario Kart Wii. Um.
I
Wow.
let me start this one off. Let me
Yeah.
start
Go
this
ahead.
one off because I'm gonna say these are out of everybody. I feel sorry that Call of Duty World at War took an early L, but these are one of my top two games. And let me explain. Mario Kart Wii was the very first game that really made me think like, you know what? I hate my family. I have to realize that these people ain't who I think they are because they keep playing with characters that just ain't to what I believe to par. To where my mom would be like, you know what, I'm gonna pick a female. I'm gonna pick Daisy. I'm gonna pick Peach. You gonna pick the people that you gonna pick the women that always need somebody else for help. Okay, bet. Gotcha. All right. There's plenty of times I lost to Peach playing as Diddy Kong. Okay, bet. But GTA GTA 4 was the game that made me realize, you know what? Each character has a a, a special mission behind it. And that's where this is a hard decision for me. This is a very hard decision for me. I have to think about it to where it's like, you know what? Which one made the biggest difference in my life? And I got to look at and GTA 4 and say, you ain't making the biggest difference in my life because you weren't there when I was real little. When I was real little, it was Mario. And that's why I have to vote Mario Kart Wii. Because Mario
Hmm.
Kart Wii made the biggest change and difference in my life,
Wow.
especially in 2008.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, um, yeah, that I mean, I can't be mad at that vote, honestly. Um, these are like probably the two juggernauts of 2008, and probably what made 2008 probably one of the best gaming years, not just of my life, but of like everyone's life, honestly. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and give my vote to GTA 4, just again because the story, the amount of hours I put into this game, how it made me into a hardcore GTA fan. Well, it really started out because of this game. I mean, when I played San Andreas was a great game too, and I absolutely love San Andreas, but it was just the more realism of four is just what it's what really won me over, out of any GTA game, and including five, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna go to GTA 4. So which means Platypus has the last
It's
vote, and
the
I'm pretty sure I
deciding
know where this is gonna go.
factor. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't like GTA 4 personally. I like Mario Kart Wii. It's a simple choice for me.
Mm.
I don't have
All
as
right.
much infliction.
All right. Well, my heart is shattered. The blood is all out of my system. I think I passed inside. But again, I can't be too mad because it brought a great, value to 2008. So which means GTA 4 and Mario Kart Wii takes it over by 2-1, which means that by our opinions, Mario Kart Wii is the best game of 2008. What a freaking bracket, guys! What a
I'm
bracket!
not gonna
That
front.
was
That I did not expect it to start it off. I did not expect Mario Kart
yeah.
Wii to win.
That is
They did it.
just wow. But I mean, you can kind of see, this bracket was a little bit. I would say this bracket was definitely harder to choose a lot of the ones than I would think in the 2016 one. Um, you know, it just there's just too many juggernauts in this list, man. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have even been mad if War was going against GTA or freaking Dead Space was going, over Left 4 Dead. Like, it's just so many great games out there. But I mean, it's clear as day, like the impact that Mario Kart Wii had on 2008. You know, with a bunch of with a bunch of these other games. So I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. So yeah,
No, no,
definitely enjoyed doing that with you guys. That
no,
was
that was fun. I could tell you this. That was a lot. That was a lot of fun. there is going to be people that have opinions that are different from us, and I want to hear it because
Oh yeah.
for me, I want to hear someone who is a die-hard Little Big Planet person. I want to hear someone who is a die-hard Saint Row 2 person. I do. Now, and I'm gonna look at you in the face. I'm gonna be like, you know what? You have the right to be wrong, but I want to hear it. I want to understand why you'd pick. And there's gonna be somebody just like
Damn.
Noodles' wife that's gonna say, y'all, each one of y'all deserve to drown in a bowl of fire because of what we did to Left 4 Dead against Mario Kart Wii. Because none of us picked Left 4 Dead, and it's
Yeah.
okay. It is okay because you have an opinion to be wrong. And I want you to know that you're wrong. But I want you to know that you have the right to be wrong. And I want you to know that we want to hear your wrong opinion. That's all I
Yeah.
want. I want you. I want each and every person to be able to say, to voice your opinion in the comments because I want to hear it.
Oh yeah. I think we
But
all
it
do.
also, if you say something that's way smarter than what any of us said, you might change my mind. So
Yeah. I don't know if you can change much of mine. I mean, mine's
at the
pretty pretty
and
firm.
also we were children, kids at the time these games came out. If you were an adult at the time that these games came out in 2008, let's hear what you have to say. And
Yeah.
I want to hear it. I do want to hear it, to where it's like, as an adult at the time, to where this was one of the best games. You probably one of the people to where it's like you grew up playing Tetris as in middle school. I understand why these games
Oh
make you
yeah.
want. It might have
Yeah.
changed y'all's view of that this game was something top notch, and you know what? Okay, cool. But
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Absolutely,
really
man.
I
I
want to hear.
agree.
I 100% want to hear because we got people in the group. Everybody in the group is around the same age. We don't have somebody in the group to where it's like, you know what, Call of Duty World at War was something to where it was the best game in history to us. No,
Yeah.
it was something to where it changed how we saw the games. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I yeah, I would love to hear it. Please put it in the comments and shoot. If it's so good in the comments, we might bring you in the next group to where your opinion might be something to where we might bring a fan on. We might bring
Yeah.
somebody that we might bring a subscriber on. I want that. So
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate. I just want to make sure that I voice that I appreciate each and every single person that is a part of our subscriber base and continues to support us. Thank you again. And Noodles, go ahead. I'm sorry. Platypus, is there anything you want to say? I ain't even asked you.
Nah,
His opinion
we,
doesn't matter. No, it's all good.
we talked a lot about all these games. I said most of what I wanted. Um, yeah, maybe we'll have to do this for another year.
Oh yeah, I think I don't know. Should we go back further in time or should we go more in recent times? I don't
You
It
know.
know,
doesn't matter. More recent's
Yeah,
easier to remember. Like last year would be crazy.
yeah. Last
see,
year would be.
I'm down for any of the years. I'm totally down. And listen, I did zero research on any of these topics before coming on this podcast, and I want y'all to know that if y'all want me to do way more research before I even come on and talk about this, 100%, I'm down for that. But
Oh yeah,
I think that I just watched a documentary on the very first person that defeated Tetris, and that intrigued me so much that to know that there's tournaments about this. I haven't even gotten to understand the tournaments, and I know there has been tournaments about Super Smash Bros. And I know for a fact there's been tournaments about Mario Kart Wii. If I came in here with information on that, those competitions are going to be biased in my mind, and
yeah.
I want y'all to know to where it's like most of these games have a whole community backing them. So I could understand to where people can say, "Oh yeah, this is way more influential to me because of this, this, and this."
Exactly. So
Games just right for me is like, listen, I was a very sheltered person, very sheltered kid, and none of the games to me was like this is something to where it's like I just read in the game because my parents were well enough to where they had a subscription to GameStop to where we had the Informer to where we were able to read the magazine to say out of all these games this is what everybody said, and then we were able to make our own opinion based upon it, not just because we played the game.
yeah, absolutely for sure. And
Yeah,
then and like you said, I'm definitely welcome, for anyone to voice their opinion because we're all gamers. We're all brothers. We're all sisters. It's a huge community that I'm definitely proud to be part of. I mean, it's what you know eliminates my depression, my anxiety, everything. You know, so I
and
definitely I definitely want to bond with all these other gamers and definitely talk about these subjects. So,
And
but
that's
yeah,
something where we didn't even really value a huge amount to where which game took you away from the world that you live in right now.
yeah,
That's something
that,
for it. That's something that is a very powerful viewpoint of most games because most games people were like, listen, this game was able to take me away from the job that I have to do to support my family. Some people were
hmm
like, listen, these games are games to where I literally need separation of what I'm dealing with in the real world. And
yeah,
one of the games that didn't make it to the end was Call of Duty World at War because it literally put you into history that actually happened that to what made a lot of people say, hey, listen, I actually want to do more research and more research on what we actually that actually went on in the real world.
hmm
It's not saying that the game was factually accurate, but the thing is, it shocked a lot of people and a lot of young kids at the time to where it's like, hey, listen, this is a game that is literally talking about what actually happened to some people that are still alive to this day to where
hmm
if you went to if and that's where it's like that game, even though it didn't win against what's it called who won Super Smash Bros. Because Super Smash Bros. Was something to where as a kid we were like, you know what, this is our parents most likely at the time was like, this is a game to where y'all can agree that it is safe for 3-year olds, 4-year olds, young kids. But World at War was a game to where it's like most of us understand that this game is a real life uh depiction of society as a whole and what actually happened for us to be even in the society that we live today. And that's
yeah,
why Call of Duty World of War, I always say, deserves an honorable mention out of our whole
yeah,
bracket. But
absolutely for sure. I mean, it's definitely one of those games I definitely enjoyed. You know, for the longest. Um, you know, the point that you made of like the games that you play and you get lost into the into the real world. I can kind of say like a good third of this list is definitely those games. So it is definitely enjoyable. But yeah, but no, this has been a really good ride. Definitely have to do this again. For everyone, again, leave your opinions, concerns, anything in the comments, or even suggestions for another year that you want us to do. Um, but yeah, so I think I'm honored to say that for my first hosting on this podcast to be this list, I'm definitely grateful for it, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Again, this is Unfiltered Pineapple with Noodles, Miles, and Platypus. All right, guys, we will see you another time.
Peace.
peace. Peace.